ओम ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री गुरु परमानंदम वंदे स्वानंद विग्रहम् यस्य सानिध्यमात्रेण चिदानंदायते तनुः। So in the last class we were talking about Panchadharana. So as we are in the topic of Pratyahara continuously for many days. So Gorakshanathji wants to introduce Dharana. So he brought this topic, Sarvadvarani Vadnati Taturdham Dharitam Mahat Na Munchati Amrutam Kaha Api Sapanthaha Pancha Dharana. So while doing this dharana, dwelling upon especially 5 different locations in the body, visualizing each aspect, each tattva, each elements, and seeing the efficacy or the guna, the quality of that Bhuta. Just as Yatha in Anahata, visualizing earth and making oneself step. And of course, Vishuddha Jalatattam water, so that managing or preparing oneself to accommodate according to the situation. Shushiram, upper palatal portion, fire, Agni Tattva, again allowing you to transform. Agyan Chakra comes Vayu, the air, where you start expanding. And finally, Sahasrara, where Akasa Tattvam, so that you try to grow up. So while discussing this thing, he says this next verse, that what are the benefits, what happens when the person gets into these practices. Chumanti yadi lambika gramanisham jiharashyam dinini. Saksharam katvam ladukta satrusam madhvajatulyam tatha vyadhinam haranam jarantakaranam shastrangam utkiranam tasya syadamaratvam stagunitam siddhangana karshanam. She says, look, Anisam or Aharnisham. So the one Aharnisham always, Kuriyat you can say. So what does the person do? Chumbanti Kuriyat. So Anisham or Arnisam Chumbanti Kuryat. And what is that Chumbanti? Chumbanti means literal meaning is kissing, but here is touching with the tip of the tongue, pressing the tip of the tongue. That's why that lumbicagram. And where in that upper palatal going up, so in short, that one who does Khechari Mudra. And if the person keeps continuing, what is going to happen? Tada, then, or in the process, for that yogi, Jiva Rasasyandini Bhavati. It's very nice to understand. The tongue will be filled with subtle rasa. So there's a very fine tune to understand. If you observe, each one has got its own taste bud. And the taste bud is related to your guna, your quality. When your living quality changes, your taste bud will change. Except a few cases, okay? Like those who have been brought up, especially women, having this pani puri on the street, that with that way, left hand, right hand, and with the same note in the hand, put it, and also scratching, and so whatever lifestyle may change, still they will go for it, okay? But that is called strong vasana. You can avoid. However, coming back, what I'm saying is, yesterday, one Vatu is here, one small child. So some money was being given for his transport. Little more was given. I thought, okay, next day he can manage. So I asked him, so I had to hold your money. Oh, so what did you do? I drank juice. I was shocked. I said, wow, that means this fellow is good, huh? So then I took a report because when juice, there is something wrong. So when I took the report, he went for momo. So eating momo and telling me that I had my juice. So this is called the rasham of every individual, okay? So coming back, that based on my thinking, I developed a taste bud, most important aspect. And whatever living has created impact in you, those taste buds will continue all the time. It's an amazing psychological concept. That's why many people go crazy differently, and some people also positively. If you ask me personally, for me, this owl flattened rice, like it very much because one given time, that thinking has created so much impact in me. And those days I used to have only flattened rice. Now, if you ask me or you give me flattened rice at any given day, even if 20 days, I don't have any complaint. I love it. This is I'm honestly saying. Or common people, this I picked up on my way. Common people, if you have been brought up with pasta, you will look for pasta because that childhood experiences has created big impact in you. If you have been brought up with tarishadam, curd rice, you will always look for curd rice. So in short, my way of living and thinking, later on thinking and living, has direct connection with my taste bud. And interestingly, the more I look for grass food, the more my thinking is grass. So to understand whether I am grass or not, this is how one can make. If my mind asking for gross food, asking for old food, asking for spicy food, asking for this food or that food, that is connected to my thinking and later on living. And here he uses this word very carefully, that the person will start developing jiva rasasyandini, a subtle type of rasam will start enjoying because of thinking and living. And of course, it will vary time to time. So he gives few descriptions. Saha saksharam, sometimes with karam. Karam means with salty. You can say salty. Sometimes that katu. So katu means again nothing. It will be like pungent. Then amlam, sour. Dugdha sadrusham. It is like mixed with milk. That's why when we practice, we make people to eat milk rice. Now, also, madhu ajya tulyam tatha. And madhu means honey. Ajyam means ghee, clarified butter. So these sort of tastes one can feel. So the tongue generates a swadam. And when tongue is able to generate swadam, means the taste, you don't crave for any food. This is the link or logic. That's why I can tell you one beautiful point. During practice time, we stop eating salt. So when we stop eating salt, as I have seen, that the tongue will generate salt, the karam. And interestingly, whatever body requires, that set of taste, rasam, will be generated. And he says, all put together, all sort of taste buds, he discusses in details. And also, not only that, once you establish with your practice, abhyasa siddhu, once siddhim, the success, is being made with reference to your practice, means continuously, constantly you keep practicing. Vyadhinam haranam iti. So whatever vyadhi, whatever disease you have, any types of diseases, haranam will get destroyed. And not only that, jarantakaranam. Jarantarkaranam means jarantakaranam. The end, anta means end of aging process. Sastrangam udgiranam cha bhavati. Also, you will start talking shastras without studying because you get connected to higher level of thinking. It's like your transistor. The problem only will happen whether the transistor gets tuned to proper channel or in between channel. Like those days, television channel. Nowadays, digital. Those days, what happens? There will be this started with the black and white. I'm talking in India, okay, those days. Black and white antenna will be there. And you have to adjust antenna. And in India, there will be trees. If a tree is in front of you, forget. So you keep adjusting. And especially cricket time in India, we have gone through here. So one fellow will be standing on the top holding it. And other will watch. Then we have to report him. And that fellow will come down, other will go up. Okay. But sometimes, you know what happens? The picture will be cricket. The video will be cricket. Whereas audio will be some other thing. And when you get audio, you don't get video. When you get video, don't get audio. It's very difficult. And if somehow you manage to get both, what a celebration. I hope this is Indian habit. I'll give another example. Now internet, everything is very fast. When this dial-up came, you remember the black box will appear. Those who know, you can think of. Because new generation will not understand anything, okay? I'm not telling you jokes, especially in India. I have gone through. Daytime that dial-up, because through the telephone, every 3 minutes, 1 unit. Grr, grr, grr. So it will go grrr. The moment becomes grrr. Then black box comes, means another happiness. Then there is no guarantee. After black box, so your username and password you have to put. After password, again whether it's going to connect or not, that's another thing. Once it get connected, and to download 1 MB, 2 MB file, it will come slow. Only that line, blue line, you understand? But amazing. That was a real life, okay? Not now, okay? Everything fingertips. Sometimes nights I have to will be awake just to connect it, grrr, all these things, because that becomes fast in the night. Stretching too much. Here he says that Shastram Udgiranam. The person's mind will be tuned to higher level, so that will be connected to Shastras. And not only that, also he goes that a person will be so good that Ashtagunanam, so all his yogic practices and benefits will multiplied into 8 times. And then comes Siddha plus Angana Akarshanam Sat. So that means both Siddha, all this, the person will be able to attract all great people, accomplished people, because they will say, wow, who is this person? So nice. The moment, so everybody will be attracted towards you. Also, women, they will be also attracted. Continuing. Amrita Purnadehasya Yogino Dvitrivatsarat ऊर्ध्वं प्रवर्तते रेतः अप्यणीमादिगुणोदयः. He says, if this continues, we or Trivatsarat, if this continues for 2 to 3 years, the person's body will be full of amrita, nectar, somarasa. And because of which, the retha, what we call as virya, becomes ojas. So it will be high upward. And once that happens, then the person will start developing animadi gunas. Anima, laghima, garima, all siddhis. Means the person starts establishing. The person starts establishing in one's own self. So mahimna pratishtita. So once the person is established in one's own self, everything happens. Unfortunately, we always are established on something or other or in something or other. We never establish ourselves with one's own self. Continue. Indhanani yatha vannihi तैलवर्तिं च दीपकः तथा सोमकलापूर्णं देहं देहि न मुञ्चति. So I have sent the text in the WhatsApp group. I hope you people have seen it. If you people have not seen, that means I cannot help. So indhanani yatha indhanani बन्ही तैलवर्तिं च दीपकः तथा सोमकलापूर्ण देहं देहि न मुञ्चति. So he gives the example how, if you look at a lamp, the wick that is filled with oil, and as long as oil is there, Bunny, the fire is not going through. Are you in the class or in some other place? It's a very bad habit, some of you. Nakula, am I saying it okay? So coming back. So please understand, whatever you people share in WhatsApp, you start liking or doing this thing, I get alert here. These are the minimum things people have to learn. I don't know how people are functioning in the offices. Huh? So anyway, sorry. How the wick that is in oil lamps, and as long as there is oil, the fire will continue unless on the top there is some black. You understand the concept? So when the black is too much, even if oil is there, wick is there, oil will go off. That's why we are supposed to remove that black thing. And if the oil is very good, generally black will not happen. That's why in the ghee, you don't get black things. It's an amazing concept. Same thing also says, as long as the body is full of somakala, the amritam, don't worry, that long, dehi, the jiva, will not leave the deha body, means death will not come. Only death will come what? When there is black. Too much black, you understand? Or there is no oil. So the fire will extinguished only because of 3 reasons mainly. One is oil is over. Second thing, there is black, or there is a bridge. These are the 3 things. Same thing also, the death will happen to a person because of these three things. One is either there is no energy, Somakala is over, Amritam is over. Or there is a lot of black in the Somakala, in the sense on the top, disease. Then a lot of other issues. There is also. And third one is air, obstacles. Only I'm having full of obstacles. I don't know what to do. Life is full of obstacles. So their accident and other thing comes under that category. So these three becomes the cause. So he gives this example. So that means what? That's why it's that much important in life. Then what happens? Let us read. Nitya Somakala Nitya Somakala Purna Saridam Yasya Yoginaha Dakshakenapi Drashtasya it should be Damstasya Dakshakenapi, not Kenapi, Kenapi. So I'll type it. Dakshakenapi the Dramstasya Visham Tasya na Sarpati. What happened is, when some really we have to re-look into all the verses. He says, look, Yasya Yoginaha. So in whose yogi? So that means what? Whose body, Saridam, what? Nitya Soma Kala Purna. So that means Nitya, constantly, continuously, filled with Soma Kala, filled with this energy. Now, of course, remember, even if to that person, a takshaka means a serpent. So even if a snake bites, don't worry, nothing will happen. Visham tasya na sarpati. The visham, the poison will not spread. In fact, when this is there so much, even if also snake will not bite you. Snake will be next to you. No bite, nothing will happen. Because snake also knows. They know, they can sense. So why to waste? I think I have a good experience, one experience, so that I'll stop it. Okay, one more verse I have to take it. So then, I'm talking a very long, old example. I think I have said on a time. In teenage time, I used to go and sit in one mud, evening hours. And to be very honest, elderly people used to come, no youngsters. Why elderly people come in the evening? Because whole day they work in the field. So for them, it is called religious entertainment. Not that they are spiritual, okay? So when I say religious entertainment, so there will be some Bhagavatam every day they will be read. But most of them are not interested in Bhagavatam. There will be some prasada. Definitely. More than that prasad, there was another prasad. That was more important. And know what is that prasada? That prasad was called Marijuana prasada. So they will offer and everybody will share smoking, okay, marijuana. Okay, how many times I have thrown, that is another. The point is here. So one elderly person, like those days of 60 to 70, must be 70. So he came, like evening around 7, already dark. He said, look, something beat me. So we were very much, worried. What happened? So us. So we saw the light and saw. So we saw snake bite. So properly with the teeth and properly as bitten. What? How? No, because actually I stepped on something soft. So it bite. Just I shook the leg. That's all. Oh, we were worried which is snake, and we found out it's really snake bite because there is a way you can make out. So we are worried, and we understood it is a poisonous snake. The mouth is so big. Hey, let us go to the hospital. Why to worry? Why to bother? And if I die, it will be easy so that I don't have to depend upon anybody. So nowadays I can say one problem less for the society for the timing, okay? And we were really worried. So we do not wanted to inform the house there something has happened. He said, no, don't do anything. If I get up, fine. If I don't get up, better. But I will get up. Nothing will happen to me. Next day morning, so I wanted to go and to check. I saw that fellow is awake, alive. Now my curiosity started. If this fellow is alive, what happened to the snake? Then which area he said he was like being beaten up? I started searching to know within 100 to 200 meters away, a big snake, that took cobra, black cobra, lying down dead without any beating, nothing. Okay, means night when the snake bite this fellow's poison entered in the snake, and poor snake died. After that, you may not believe it. Whatever, whenever he says there is some bite and nothing, we say, okay, good, good, nothing will happen to you. Because in his system, this, especially this, what do you call ganja, this marijuana, there was smoke and opium also used to have take. It's so strong, nothing could matter. And this is what I have seen. Not one cases, few cases I can quote. Now imagine this energy. I'm giving a wrong example to coming to this positive energy. Okay, all these things. Then what is to be done? Now he wants to introduce dharana after one or two verses in details. So now he says, let us look at dharana. Asanena samayuktaha pranayamena samyutaha pratyaharena sampannaha dharanam cha samabhyase. So from this verse onwards, dharana starts. And remember, it is not like I have completed asana. Now I am in the stage of pranayam. I have completed pranayam. Now I am in the stage of pratyahara. Now I have completed pratyahara. Now I am in the stage of dharana. You know, Swamiji, nowadays I do only dhyana. This yoga, asana, pranayama is just for ordinary, for beginners. I every day do no japam, I do dhyanam. I see. Hey, don't cheat yourself. So it means you don't understand anything. That's why this verse very carefully uses this word. So along with pratyahara, we'll see asana, pranayam, and pratyahara must continue in order to do dharana. Nothing, you leave it. Or else what will happen, like with Indian context, we do that. Moment we give exam. It's a very nice concept in India those days, okay? Except, this, suppose 8th class is over, the day we give exam those days, with the ink, so we'll remove ink and pour the ink nearby temple, one stone will be there on the stone. God, so nothing. So clean the pen and everything, keep it. Later on, when this ball pen came, we and remove that also. That was habit. And all the books before result comes, okay? Because give away the books, or half of the book will go. So we'll give it will go to we'll sell it off so that some money will come. We'll get some sundal. I'm telling you the truth, okay? Then next year, everything is fresh. Nothing we remember. And interestingly, after exam, some 2 months gap. Ah, that's the best time, after vomiting. So you need to, reset your stomach. Then eat fresh. So 2 months you forget everything because you have vomited everything in the exam. What a beautiful concept we had. Nowadays things have changed. So like that, if we do this, do you know what will happen? There will be no practice. We cannot grow up. That's why let asana pranayama, little bit, whatever you can, you must do it. Pranayama must continue. Pratyahara is part of life. Dharana, of course. So it continues. That is what is going to be discussed. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachite Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.